Hey everybody, welcome to Drum Vlog, episode number 21. And I'm Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters. So, some of you might have seen my recent post of me playing my show with my band at Mama Tried in Brooklyn. And actually, what this video is going to be about today is after playing that gig, even though I was very happy with the setup as far as sound quality goes, it just was a lot of work to move all that stuff. Now, let me give you some info. I live on a 4th floor walk-up apartment in Brooklyn, New York City. And carrying all those drums and all those cymbals and all those stands up and down the stairs, especially on the way back, was not fun at all. So what I'm going to do here is actually switch out. Let me flip the camera around. So here's my Pearl kit, and as you can see, it's like huge. And you know, in addition to that, I also had my hardware bag, which is very heavy, as well as my cymbal bag, which is also pretty heavy. And what I'm going to do is switch this out with my Club Jam Mini with the Tom add-on pack. I've been playing the Club Jam Mini in some videos here, just using the basic kick and snare setup. And that's really easy to move, but I kind of do need toms for the Demonic Sweaters shows. So I'm going to use with the Tom add-on pack, but even with that, I was able to downsize all of this hardware because the Club Jam Mini has a bass drum mounted kick drum, or sorry, a bass drum mounted cymbal stand, and I'm only going to use 2 cymbals now, Ride and Crash. I'm not going to use a second Crash. And so I was able to get rid of all that crap, basically, just by getting rid of 1 Crash and switching drum sets. And also, the Club Jam Mini fits in 2 bags instead of 4 bags, and they're smaller than these bags. So overall, the whole thing is just going to be a lot easier to deal with. So what I'm going to do today is actually return this to my storage unit and grab the Tom add-on pack for the Club Jam Mini. So this is what I got compared to what I brought here. A lot less. Of course, I still have the bass drum at home, but even with all of that, it's like significantly less stuff to carry. So the thing that's weird though is I couldn't find my had some Evans hydraulics heads that I want to put back on this kit, and I couldn't find them. I thought they were in there in the storage unit, but they must be in my apartment somewhere, so I'm gonna look for them there, see if I can find them. I just got back and realized I forgot the goddamn floor tom legs. Now I have to drive all the way back. At least it's not that far, so go back and get the floor tom legs. Okay, here is the next setup I'm going to be using. Club Jam Mini. You know, I could not find those Evans hydraulics heads anywhere. It's so weird. I have no idea what I did with them. They've got to be in the storage unit because I basically torn apart my entire apartment looking for them, and they're definitely not here. But I thought I did the same with the storage unit. But anyway, I'm just going to use what I have here, which is okay. I have Evans G2s on the snare and rack tom, and a Remo coated Ambassador on the floor tom, which is a little bit of an odd man out, but they sound all right. I just put a little piece of Gorilla Tape on there, kind of get rid of some of the overtones. And then we have the hydraulic on the kick. Only using 900 Ride, 900 18-inch Crash, and then a new addition here, these Peisty T20 prototype hi-hats, which sound really nice. So yeah, I'm going to break it down too so you guys can see the difference in size. But, you know, you can tell right away. It's just a hi-hat stand, 1 cymbal stand that's mounting the rack tom and the Crash, and then we have a cymbal boom arm right there. So that's a lot less hardware. And it just takes up a lot less space on stage, too, because it's so shallow. The kick drum's only like 7 inches deep. But yeah, I need to break it down, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like in the cases. Okay, here it is all packed up. And as you can see, I'll put a screenshot up there of the other kit compared. Let me back up a little bit. You know, I still have my hardware bag, but it is quite a bit lighter now because, you know, there's a lot of stuff, not only like
was there one more cymbal stand, but I also had to have a snare stand for the rack tom. Actually, no, there were two more cymbal stands because I had to have a cymbal stand for the ride, two cymbal stands for the crashes, as well as a snare stand for the rack tom. So those two cymbal stands are gone, and then the rack tom stand is gone as well. And now I just have a single cymbal stand as well as the ride bass drum mount arm thingy. And then there's just two bags, and then the cymbals. And then there's one less cymbal in the cymbal bag, so that makes it lighter too. So, I mean, it's still drums, you know. It's still a lot of stuff to move up and down 4 flights of stairs, but it's definitely better.
All right, so yeah, that's it. Now, it is a little bit of a shame that the Pearl only got to make one appearance this summer. But, you know, man, it is just so much work to do all this stuff. And being in New York City, like I said, makes everything more difficult. Not to mention the next place we're playing on the 14th in Bushwick the stage is really, really small. And I was considering bringing this kid even before, you know, the weight situation, you know, thinking about that. I was like, maybe I should bring the Club Jam Mini just because the stage is so small. It would be helpful. But now I'm just going to use this for the rest of the shows this summer because, you know, we're loud already, too. That's another thing. And I'm just a loud drummer, so having the smaller drums that actually work in my favor because, you know, I hit pretty hard. Even when I feel like I'm not hitting hard, apparently I'm still very loud. But, like, you know, that'll be good, you know, just because these drums are a little bit quieter. But they're not, like, you know, people get the wrong idea with these Club Jam kits. They think they're, like, you know, quiet enough to play in a bedroom or something like that. Not at all. They're still drums. They're still very loud. But, you know, it's just not quite as loud as that Pearl kit. The toms on that Pearl kit especially cut really, really well. They're very, very loud on that drum, or on those drums. Another thing, too, is, like, these drums, you know, not only are they smaller, the shells themselves are a lot lighter because they're thinner. Like, if I take off the heads on that 69 Pearl, they're very thick. Like, they're really thick shells, which is kind of rare for those older Japanese drums. Usually they're pretty thin, but the one that I have, like, they're quite thick. I was actually pretty surprised. So one drum weighs probably twice as much as one drum of these drums. So that right there is going to make a big difference too. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for all the likes you guys have been giving on the last show. Sorry I couldn't upload the full show, but what had happened is my vocals, I was singing, and actually the level seemed pretty good in the beginning when I was, like, listening back to it and, you know, checking the video. But somebody in the audience was like, turn up the vocals. So one of the guys from the other band went and turned up the vocals, and he just did it way too much. Like, the vocals were just, like, insanely loud at that point, and it just ruined a few of the songs that we had recorded, because that's all, like, once that happened, that's all you could hear until the club owner actually ran out and turned it down to make them normal again. So I had to edit those out. It just wasn't worth, you know, uploading those songs because they just sounded really bad. But anyway, another announcement. I'm going to do a post here pretty soon about it. But me and Ronan, my pal Ronan, who also plays bass in the Demonic Sweaters, we're going to be doing our annual barbecue thing over at my friend Alex's patio in Queens. And this time, last year it was me and John did the duo Demonic Sweaters thing. And the year before that was me and Ronan doing the RCDS, Ronan Conroy Demonic Sweaters. And we're going to be doing that configuration again this year with just me on drums and Ronan on guitar and singing. So we're going to be live streaming that coming up here on the 4th. So be on the lookout for that if you're going to be online, or you can watch the rebroadcast here on YouTube. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys really soon. Have a great day.